Well, this is going to be a big project, that's for sure. I mean, look at all this. We have a huge deep slate mountain in front of us, and we are going to be terraforming it in this episode. I am your host, IvyMan1992, and I am so happy to see you back again. We had a really nice short that we put out that talked about this very project. How could we use deep slate inside of our builds and combine it into a gradient? Not only just any gradient, but we're going to actually be using granite. So I did a little bit of resource collecting and stuff, and let me just show you what we got to work with. Alright, so as we make our way over to the shulker box of resources, I just wanted to say a quick thank you truly for all the support that you've given to me over the last couple of weeks and in the last short, especially when it comes to this big monstrous project. Got a lot of work to do, and this is what we ended up collecting. We ended up finding a dripstone cave nearby, and I got quite a bit of material there. A full shulker box of granite, although I don't think we're going to really use all of that this episode. And we got some pale oak logs. So, the plan is to do the same thing in our shorts, and I've already kind of started the project. We have our deep slate bricks, and I figured what we would have them do is just kind of be mixed in. They create sort of a shadow aspect to our little mountain here, and kind of make things pop, right? At least, of course, to me they do. Let's take an aerial look at it, and you can see for yourself. Okay, so in our last episode, we had placed nearly 2,000 blocks of deep slate, and this is all lit right here. We actually get a good idea of what the deep slate bricks do. So they add a little bit of a shadow, but to me, they also seem to add like a gravelly look, like maybe there's more rocks inside the surface of it. So I tried to just dot them in and spot them in where I thought maybe it needed a little bit more of a highlight. And this is what we ended up coming up with. And now I've been trying to figure out how is it that we want to really texture this, because I want this to look nice. So from our little museum over there in our kelp farm, our village, this is going to be a really nice beauty piece to our land. I'm not really 100% certain of what I want to add on to it yet. We talked about maybe a tower on this side of the island, so we might still do that, or a lighthouse, but we have a lot of space and a lot of room to work with. So how about we start with the highlights? Okay, so what we're doing is we're doing reverse of my short, so I wanted to add the highlights in first, just to kind of get an idea of maybe what it looks like, and then we can surround the lighter shades into it, and we're going to try to be as organic as possible, because the whole point in doing this, other than add something pretty into the world, is to try to work with terraforming and gradients. I am terrible at it. You can see over there, I don't have any plants or vegetation hardly at all. My walls kind of look a little bit basic, especially on the sides, so there's a lot of work to do, and part of Minecraft, at least for me, is being able to go out of your comfort zone and try new things. So, because this is something that I haven't really tried before, I definitely wanted to give it a shot, so I think it'll turn out alright, but let's just experiment with it and see what we can come up with, right? Okay, so we are officially above our deep slate mountain here, and just taking a look at it, I really like that. I think it's cool. Kind of looks like a branch or a fractal in a way, so we have our general curve that kind of goes in and around. And then we made it a little bit more organic by spreading out the pieces of the deep slate and making them little branches or twigs, right? Now bear in mind, I am in creative mode just looking at it. It doesn't mean that I actually place these in creative mode, because all my building I like to do in survival. And you can see in my inventory I have indeed used the granite. And you may have noticed this in several of my videos, and it's just the way I like to play. Being on mobile edition for Bedrock, I don't have replay mod. I don't have a third-party account that I can actually look at what I'm doing. So I don't find it cheating to be able to go in creative to look at stuff. So yeah, I don't build in my world in creative though, just survival. So rest assured, that's the way it is. But we have a, hey, there's a pig. Hi, piggy. Oh, Mr. Porkers, he's visiting me. So our next step plan here, our next action, is to grab some of the deep slate, and maybe we can expand it out a little bit, make it look pretty. So let's see what we got here. Alright, so what about doing this in real time, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and at first surround all of the granite with the dripstone, and the dripstone kind of serves to add a darker, paler transition. So working closer into the deep slate, right? So the pale oak logs in the third choker over there will be the next layer, hopefully blending really well into the deep slate. So that's the plan anyway, and this doesn't have to be perfect, but we're just going to try our best to surround it. And while we do, I just wanted to kind of give you an update on my life situation. So a lot of you know that my grandparents had not been in the best of health, and as a result of that, I haven't really been able to do as much as I would like to on YouTube, and I haven't really had too much free time just to relax and be me. So this episode is kind of a chill, relaxed episode, and it's something that I've been looking forward to for a little bit. I don't have really too many plans other than terraforming this, but it's a cool project that we can do together, and I'm super excited about it. As far as Grandma's health goes, we were able to get her into a nursing home, and she seems to be doing better health-wise, which is fantastic. But we still have a long road ahead of us for many different things. Kind of like this mountain. Who knows how long it's going to take to actually get this done, and the cool stuff that we can build on it, because I have plans for maybe a landscape with rocks on it. We can add some dripstone coming up. It's going to be cool. And, you know, bear in mind that I'm doing my best for you guys, because you guys are my lovely fans. You're like an awesome support group, and really, I couldn't do these videos, I couldn't make these things without you. So your motivation, your comments, all of that is highly appreciated. And like I said, this is a hobby for me, so I'm not paid to do it. I'm not monetized by any means, although that is a goal of mine in the future. I just like playing Minecraft, and I hope that that comes out as something that maybe you guys can resonate with and enjoy too. And if I can help you to beautify your world and make it unique, that's what I want to do. So any idea that we work on together, you know, you're a part of it. So thank you all for doing what you're doing. Alright, this is looking actually really nice, I can tell already. Yeah, that's blending in so good. Okay, we got to take a look at this from the sky, people. Alright, so we are back on Skycam, and check that out. The dripstone actually blends really well with the granite. The only thing I'm thinking is maybe we have too much granite, at least for certain portions rather. So like this area right here could probably use a little bit less granite and move the deep slate in, or we can add some more deep slate around the granite to shrink it. So we're gonna play with that here in a moment, but let's go ahead and grab our pale oak logs and see if we can finish the gradient transition here. Okie dokie, so we have our pale oak logs here, and let's head on up there, and we can just add it kind of around the same way that we did with the dripstone. I think it's going to look pretty good. With these, now I could turn these into pale oak wood, and it would probably look a little bit better, but I think that we can cheat just a tiny bit. Yeah, we can put the logs like that so you don't actually see it underneath the white part. And I think that still looks okay. So let's just experiment with this and see how it goes. And I'm kind of being random with it because I don't want it to be like totally uniform. It doesn't have to be anyway, at least for me. But that's kind of looking okay so far. And this looks a little too perfect, so how about we bring it out just a tiny bit. Like that, add a little bit more depth. Whoa, there's an Enderman over there. Ooh, he's dancing. He's on fire, he's got hot feet. Whoa, nope. Mr. Enderman, you wanna go? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Back away. And here's the thing, like, once we make our outline, we don't have to keep it as the outline. We can actually go into it and maybe replace one block here, one block there, with the transition color to make it blend a little bit better. So, like, for example, if I wanted to say this granite block will be a dripstone block, we could do that, and it would probably still look okay. But it's just something we can play with, you know. Like I said, Ivy Man is just experimenting. This was the section that I was kind of worried about. I don't know how that might... You know what? That might work out okay. Because if we can take these two blocks, maybe we can make it blend down just a little bit, you know? Okay, so this is the thing. We don't want any of the white showing, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And I went ahead and crafted up some pale oak wood, so yeah, it's not a texture difference, it just covers up the corners really well, so that's a nice keeper, so I'll have to keep that in mind. There we go. Oh man, I'm pretty excited. I bet this is going to look nice. Okay, so we have the ground transition in. Let's get that aerial view. Alright, so there it is. It blends in pretty nicely. Especially that pale oak log. I mean, you can barely see that going around the sides. The only thing I think I would change... It's definitely got to have less granite. I don't know. I think the red of the granite just makes it pop a little bit too much. So what happens if we go ahead and we bring in a little bit more of the dripstone and the pale oak? Maybe we're going to shrink the spot a little bit and see how that looks. Alright, so now we have our good result. I went ahead and I added a little bit more of the pale oak logs. You can see in different places just kind of scattered about. And I brought in a little bit higher section of dripstone. So to me, I think it blends a little bit nicer and it breaks up that really bright granite spot, you know? But I think maybe there's something else that we can do too. What happens if we add some actual dripstone into it? Like the spiked part of it, the stalactites. Alright, so I think we have pretty well settled out with our little design of our terrain formation thingy. Whatever it is, it's a nice, beautiful decoration. We added a little bit of something to it at the very end here. Check it out, dripstone spikes. So it kind of makes it look like a sort of, maybe a mutated dripstone cave, just kind of popped through the surface a little bit. I think it's cool. It adds a little bit of a danger feel, you know? But I like it. I just wish that the dripstone maybe came in a paler version, maybe more of a white. I think would be pretty good in here, but overall, I'm very happy with how it turned out. And we, of course, have the rest of this mountain to do, but it's not going to be in this episode. No. Unfortunately, I have expended all my time. But that being said, it was really good to get back into the swing of things, get back into my next Let's Play episode, and spend some time with you guys. So I hope that you guys had learned something from it. Maybe this is something that you can try in your world. Just experiment with some texturing and stepping out of your comfort zone. So at any rate, I definitely need something. I need some scaffolding. Lots and lots of bamboo scaffolding. So I'm going to see how if I can work that out. Maybe we can get this finished between episodes. But at any rate, wherever you are, have a great night, great day, and I will see you in the next episode.